Welcome, everybody, and hope everyone's doing well. I have a topic that will either annoy some people or completely validate a thesis or theory that others have. And this is for my fellow entrepreneurs, and this relates to a singular task or trying to manage, as an example, many try to start three companies at the same time. They're basically the same concept, just at different scales. This is my point of view. My point of view is that multitasking is not the superpower that you think it is. It's actually the reason that, the kids these days, they'll call it being mid, but ultimately it's a case of mediocrity. It's an excuse to validate and to justify mediocrity at any one thing. Let me kind of back some of this up. Whether it is trying to listen to multiple stories at the same time, it's like you're at a party trying to capture multiple conversations going on at the same time. You get the gist of it, but you can't add strong input because you haven't been listening to all the context, watching the verbal and nonverbal cues, all the details. So all that you're doing is lobbing in some like random thought or opinion, but it's not really rooted in where the structure of the conversation is going. Let's bring that down to at the task level. I constantly hear people say, I'm great at multitasking. I can do many things at the same time. Most, and I can't obviously generalize, maybe there's the ultimate multitasker like Elon Musk, but for the average human, most of the work that comes out of multitasking is very average. As I get older, I'm starting to understand the power of mind time and grind time. So I start, as I'm getting older and my businesses grow, I continue to recognize that than healthy portion of my week needs to be on thinking time, documenting time, and then executing. I literally am sitting here. There's a speaker right here. I have today 3 hours where I'm building an AI agent in Gemini for sales. That's 3 hours of nothing else will get in my way. If I tried to do it in piecemeal, like, oh, I'm going to answer a couple emails, I've got to just do this one call, then I'll jump into this for 15 minutes. I won't get into a flow state. Multitasking is the reason that people never finish writing books. They never finish building the courses that they want. They never, and listen, I got so busy in the last few weeks, I hadn't been able to create more content. This flows all the way from the task and the project all the way to the company level. There are many that, there was a period of time I felt like it's less pervasive, less talked about on podcasts in the last year because of where the economy is. But a few years ago, it was all the rage to have a holdco. And listen, I'd love to own multiple companies at the same time. But there's a great concept that how do you become rich in horse racing? You're not the jockey, nor you're the one that feeds the horses. You're the owner up in the owner box. Those that are trying to operate multiple things at the same time, usually those businesses are mid. Anyone who has built eight-figure, nine-figure, 10-figure companies, m the vast, vast majority would say they went all in for a decade on the one thing. That bet paid out because it was white hot, intense, feverish amount of energy that they deployed like a magnifying glass on an anthill, all that energy into one thing. So my advice, I'm a 47-year-old three-time founder. I can tell you that the greatest things that have come out of the three agencies that I've built was when I took the time to not be doing multiple things at the same time. I learned to batch my calendar appropriately. I learned to create much more structured time for thinking, for documenting, for researching. It's kind of like that concept. How do you build a suit? You measure twice, you cut once. And so to get tactical, as an example, I don't work. I do not take any outside calls on Fridays, whether it's prospect, whether it's customer, whether it's internal. I unfortunately have broken that rule in the last few years a few times, and I regret doing it. It's when I don't break that rule, including tomorrow, I will, as an example, spend all day thinking, documenting. I will go to, if it were the summer, I would always go for a water ski on Friday mornings, go for a hot tub, relax my mind, start journaling, start documenting. I write an investor report every Friday. I coalesce everything that's going on in the business and I document it into a micro business plan for the week. That allows me to pour that white hot energy into the business and really focus on what I'm hearing from all departments to make informed decisions. If you're trying to do 5 things at the same time, you would never be able to do that with white hot energy. So I hope you found this valuable, and I'm going to try to carve out more time